Hey everyone, this is Karen Waxman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about retail distribution. If you have a great product and you want to distribute it out into the world through retail, this little training will give you some things to think about in regards to that. With that said, let's get started on today's training.
So let's talk about the 5 reasons you want to sell your products to big box retail chains. Reason number one, they are hungry for new products at chain stores. One of the main reasons people don't even consider going after chain stores is because they believe that these buyers, these chain stores, are not looking for new products. And it's super complicated and it's difficult and they're not even going to pay attention to my product. I'm here to tell you it's absolutely ridiculous. It's not true. They want to know about you. They really want to know about you. So let me explain that. So I do live events. I partner up with the world's largest retailers like Walmart, CVS, and so forth. I know buyers really well. My dearest friends are buyers. For years, all they ever say to me is, Karen, we have a hunger, an insatiable need for new products. We're always looking for that next new product because our customers have changed. Today, more than ever, they want that next new interesting product, that next product they can put in stores. So they're constantly have to changing up products in stores and so forth just to make sure that product converts, product sells. So yes, they have a lot of established brands, but they're always looking for new stuff. So please don't not go after chain stores because you believe they're not looking for you. I know for fact that they're scouring the web. They're looking everywhere to go after chain stores. So that's something to consider. Now, the next reason why you want to sell to chain stores is because one order can 10x or even 100x your business. Basically what that means is you can make millions of dollars just from one retail chain. I have clients who get weekly chain store orders from majors. It's once they set up the account and the product selling, they just get reorders constantly all the time. Now, it doesn't always happen, but a lot of times it can be tremendous. I know people who sell two different retail chains and they are blowing up their business and they make millions of dollars just on that one strategy, just from a couple of accounts. I mean, it can be huge for your business. So please don't ignore chain stores because they can explode your business exponentially and help you in any way that you're working with your business. I mean, if you have distribution strategies selling on Amazon and all sorts of things, this is just another great way to generate revenue. All right, another reason you want to sell to chain stores is because it can explode your valuation for your company. What does that mean? If you ever want to sell your company one day, you really got to think about this now. You understand? So basically, I talked to one of my dear friends who is a merger and acquisition expert. He sells companies for a living. And he was talking to me about the fact that an Amazon business, someone who sells a physical products and is already doing well, if they wanted to go out and sell their company today, obviously this varies and don't quote me on this, but this is what I've been consistently hearing, is that you probably would make 2 to 3 times whatever it is that your revenue is. And so whatever it is that you are currently generating in revenue, when you sell the company, you'll sell it for 2 to 3 times that, if that makes sense. So essentially the valuation of your company is based on revenue and so forth and other things. And so typically it's 2 to 3 points basically on average when you sell your company. Now, I was told that if you add on a few major retail accounts, you typically can increase that more like 4 to 6 points. I've heard even 7 points. So basically your valuation of your company can increase tremendously. You can sell your company for way more money. Bottom line, that's what it really means, that a few chain store accounts will be huge for your business in the long run in terms of selling your company. It makes sense. At the end of the day, let's think logically. You have all of your products being sold in one way on Amazon or something like that. That's okay and that's great. But what if Amazon changes their model? What if something happens and your business goes away? An investor is looking at that, right? If you put your business and add distribution strategies in other categories like retail and so forth, you now look like more established brand, more established business. They're much more comfortable with buying your company because they know that you're definitely more established and so forth. You know, if you ever want to sell your company and also just to increase the value of your company, retail accounts can really help you. So that alone should be the reason why you should build out your business. Another reason you should sell to chain stores is because when you open up a retail account, it can explode in terms of other opportunities. So many awesomely strange things have happened to my customers once they opened up that initial retail account. First of all, chain store buyers shop at each other's stores because they're looking at their competition, they're looking at what's going on and what they're buying and so forth. They don't want to miss out on that next new product. So they're always looking at their different stores. So the Target buyer is always looking at Walmart, the Walmart buyer is looking at this, and the Macy's buyer is looking there. They're always looking to see what's going on, which products they're putting into stores, their competitors. So it has happened many times for my clients where you'll actually get a phone call from a buyer at another chain store because they saw your product in the store. Now, it doesn't always happen, but it has happened, and it's possible because once a buyer sees that the product's in another store, you seem much more intriguing to them. It's less of a risk. They believe that your product is making money and so forth. Now, if your product's doing great, you'll get even more calls, okay? Now, it's also great because when you're reaching out to retail chains about your product, you definitely want to let them know about the products that you're currently selling at retailers and so forth. It really does help you grow your business. Another thing that's happened to my clients, they've gotten on Shark Tank, which is a TV show, right? Because of the fact that they've had some successes. I've had clients who got on the TV show The Profit, all sorts of different things, the Today Show, all these reasons because they showed some success with their product. And also all the top reps and all the top distributors suddenly call you. If you have a product and you try to reach out to a distributor, they don't always answer the phone. And a lot of you guys have experienced that. They're ignoring you until you start succeeding, which is very annoying. So the reason I teach this stuff is to help you guys move things along, help you open up a few accounts so the top reps, top distributors work for you and so forth, like the best ones. The ones that will make you tons of money, those are the ones that we like. So anyways, so that's another reason why you want to sell to chain stores is because these opportunities explode. Trust me, a distributor sees your product in the chain stores, all of a sudden you're interesting to them because they don't have to do as much work. You did all the heavy lifting, you got the product in stores, started moving and so forth. So it's very interesting to these top reps and distributors. And the final reason why you want to sell to chain stores is because you can sell more and new products. So what does that mean? Let's just say you got into a chain store and your product was selling. The buyer's going to love you. Why? Because you're making them money. Because their job is to buy. They're purchasing agents. They're looking for things that sell, right? Their job is to find things that convert for their retailer, right? So they have a day job. That's very important to them. You bring them a product that converts, which doesn't always happen. They love you. They're still paying attention to you. All of a sudden, they're like, what else can I buy from you? It happens a lot. I've seen clients who got one product into that retailer, and then all of a sudden, the buyers, what else do you have for me? And then they just keep funneling products through and stuff because they have that relationship. They have that trust. They believe that you're going to bring them products that sell. And all of a sudden, you start making way more money with different products. I have customers who got one product in a chain store, and then they got another one, and it grows that way. And here's the coolest part. Say you don't have another product to sell, what you can do is think about future product options and eventually create those because you'll be making money. Or you can maybe bring in other people's products and start selling those products because you have these relationships. There's so many opportunities here with retail chains. So don't be afraid of retailers at major retailers, please, because there's so much opportunity here. I've seen people with zero sales experience, zero buyer relationships, zero patents get their products into the world's largest retailers. I've done this long enough to see that it really doesn't have to do anything with that. It has to do with some skill set, some knowledge, some data, and then some execution. And if you're willing to do that stuff, you definitely need to go out to chain stores because it could be a magical opportunity for you in your business. Anyways, I hope that provided value for you, and I hope you got excited about the possibility of selling in chain stores. I am here to inspire millions of people to improve their lives through my content, through my education, through any means necessary in my lifetime. And so by you hearing this and you being excited about this, you're allowing me to experience my purpose, and I appreciate you for that. So thank you so much, Karen Waksman, Retail MBA, and I hope to support you with my programs and services and my live events. Thanks so much.